Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. You keep hearing that statement.
All the time.
All the time?
Yes.
What do you think?
There's no intrinsic value actually, in nothing. Because it's derived by your subjective valuation. And this is driving a price on a free market. So first the value, subjective value, not intrinsic value, and the subjective then is traded, and by trading you have usually constant agreements which are determined in an exchange rate, which could be fiat. But it's the same for gold, same for any other asset basically. Same for stocks, of course. What is the intrinsic value for stocks? I know from a financial services perspective, you typically say that you have derived expected cash flows and you can discount them, and therefore you have some discounted cash flow valuation. But in the end, it is also your subjective value when you trade a Tesla stock or whatever.
There is nothing actual behind. Is that a feature or is it a bug?
When you would say there's nothing tangible of valuation, you don't mean physically tangible.
Yeah.
Obviously, we said, okay, there's nothing physically tangible, but there's a tangible value. And this is a far more important discussion when it comes to the value, intrinsic or not. What they reject is that very tangible, hard, valuable benefits using Bitcoin. So the first is that you have a global payment network that you can use, especially in combination with Lightning, can use to send funds in literally a second over the full world for friction of a cent. A couple of sats, I have to say. Mm-hmm. And this is the first value. If that's not value, what is?
Yeah.
But it doesn't stop there. So it is also, it's very solid, not only very solid, but this most solid asset on this planet. So that's certainly a value, maybe not intrinsic, but in my opinion, very tangible value, because there's no asset on this planet scarcer than Bitcoin. It's infinite scarce because there's only close to 21 million ever available of Bitcoin. Yeah. So that is at least the two most valuable points why Bitcoin, in my opinion, is very valuable. There's other ones like political aspects that Bitcoin per se is not political like other assets.
Like other assets, for example.
Yeah, you can argue that gold is also not too political, which probably is true. This is why all central banks worldwide are trying to, I would say, trying to hoard gold. Mm-hmm. And they're also starting, interesting to see, starting to also hoard Bitcoin now. Mm-hmm. Not in Europe, of course, but BRICS states and also the US announced that. It's on the one hand side, and on the other hand side, you see that the surplus value of Bitcoin is that it's not only apolitical, but it can't be censored. Right? You can't prevent someone to remember 24 words in your head. You can't prevent that. You can't prevent someone to get a transaction out and distribute it via your own node. It's impossible to prevent that, right? But it's impossible to basically shut down the system. Yeah. This is, in my opinion, a huge benefit.
That's where the value is derived from, right? Compared to gold, like you have to move the gold, so you can just look into the system.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is another huge benefit. We never, in the civilization's time of the last 5,000 years, we never had a system where it was possible to verify the whole currency in circulation. Yeah. With gold, we have no freaking clue how many gold actually is in circulation. There's rough estimations, but no one really knows.
Yeah. Full transparency.